Good afternoon. I've finally figured things out. I mean, my memory, the pits, of course. So I was talking to you and saying, yeah, I wish I had a better way of setting you up here because sitting you down, sitting you up, it doesn't work. I'd rather have, straight across. And afterwards, I was sitting here thinking, oh, I do have something like that. I've got all sorts of. I have a. I have a selfie thing. I've got a selfie stick. And no, I can't plug my phone in anymore because they don't make iPhones like that anymore, but still works. Still holds. Really was not terribly enamored of the plugging in portion and manually stopping and starting things. I mean, what a big deal. My phone works just fine on its own. Yeah, so you may be a little wobbly, but you're at my level at a certain distance. Yeah, and so when I get tired, that's when it's a good time for me to stop talking. So there we go. Yeah, so I went to my chiropractor. My appointment is every week at 11:30, every Tuesday at 11:30 for 6 weeks. So this is visit number 2. We discuss things. Got my 4 little treatments there of cold laser. Feels good, except for me holding my camera right now, which, not the best thing for it, but whatever. Yeah. So that was that. We talked soccer. We think the Euro Cup is over. He's in a sports medicine place, right? He should be aware of all the sports going on, but of course. We talked about the hockey last night. Woohoo! The Canadians pulled it off. They got a win in, so hopefully that continues. Whatever. Yeah. So we talked about all that stuff. Talked about this, talked about that, talked about my back. Gave me some suggestions. Gave me the my arm's getting tired. Gave me instructions on how to do the exercises, how often to do the exercises. So I'm a little clearer on that. My plant is finally drying out. Thank goodness it didn't rain last night because I didn't put it away. I will put it away today because that one pot just fills up. So that should get, I don't know, something should happen. It should be a better pot that drains. I don't know what I should do with that. Because otherwise the plant is doing just fine. Except it doesn't drain out here and it fills up with water. Everybody fills up with water, but everybody else drains. So maybe I could just get someone to put some holes into it. Not a good idea because it hangs in the living room. I don't know. Yeah, so that's that. I hope Natalie comes and mows the lawn soon because it's getting really long. Of course, everybody around here whose lawn she mows needs it. She's going to be really busy. But hey, I got out of one mowing last week, so saved myself some money. I don't know. Yeah, so the guys were up there this morning, all morning, but they're done. Whatever they were doing up there, because they're not there now. I heard the guy gave the one guy, like, I don't know who's up there. I don't see anybody, right? I just hear them working. But the one guy gave one of the employees shit. Is that how you do work? That's not how you do that. This is how you do that. Don't you know how to work? It wasn't abusive or anything, but it was, talking to. I got the feeling this was a young worker who was not doing things properly. Inchy, inchy, inchy. A couple of jays were hopping around here before. I also found Gail's husband on Facebook. I feel like telling him, hey, Earl, you should really secure your Facebook a little bit more. It's quite open. I make my Facebook visible to friends, which, is limited protection, but his Facebook seemed, as far as I could see, to be completely open. So that was interesting. Now I know how her name is spelled. I guessed, right? I guessed. Because she said someone else's name differently because of the way it was similar to her last name, but she pronounced it differently. So I thought to myself, okay, that means her name is different from that name, but it is spelled one of these ways. So I guess. And she said what his name was, that it was different from the normal spelling of that name. So I put 2 and 2 together and guessed, and I guessed right on the first try. I found her. I found him. Yeah, so hockey game last night, won. Today I went to my doctor for this. Tomorrow, my son and I are driving to London to see about things. See, that's the problem when you give certain ringtones to devices and they mimic birds. One of my ringtones is robin chirps, and not on my phone but on my iPad. So my notification for a text is robin chirping. So I don't know if that was a text or if that was the robins that are up there, which is probably what it was, the robins, because my phone did not chirp. My phone did not chirp. My phone has an ICQ chirp. But my iPad has robins. And robins really do sound like that. So he advised me that if I wanted my back to strengthen up, I had to strengthen my core entirely, not just back portion, but also the front portion of my core. So he advised me to ask London what I should do when it came to those kinds of exercises, because my core needed more strengthening. Core strengthening exercises. Yeah. It's a lovely day. Very warm, but there's a nice breeze. And all day long, it's looked like it's been about to rain, but it's not supposed to rain. So, yay. Now, unfortunately, we're going to London tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain, and I hate driving to London in the rain. Now, I'm not going to be driving, but that doesn't matter. I hate driving to London in the rain. I hate that stretch of 401 in the rain. Whatever. We're leaving early enough. I've done it before. I can do it again. So there we go. My day so far. Ellery Queen. Really enjoying Ellery Queen. Really enjoying my Ellery Queen. Yeah, really enjoying Ellery Queen. So that's the second book I bought from this BookBub. I may have to hunt down all the rest of the Ellery Queens. See if I enjoy it that much that I want to, that I'm willing to pay more for books. Like, I think it was just a 99-cent book. I don't know if I'd be willing to pay more, being as I have all the Ellery Queens on my shelves, right? Ow. The chiropractor was impressed at my elbow. No, it was not impressed at my elbow. He was impressed at my bodily self-awareness. Yeah, well, if I'm not aware of my body, what would I be aware of? A lot of people are not aware of what goes on in their bodies. I am hyper aware of what goes on in my body. It seems self-evident that you should be aware of what goes on in your body. Anyway, he was doing the cold laser treatment, and I said, okay, my elbow is feeling this. And he went, yeah. So yeah, I'm very aware of what goes on. All my life, other people have said, how do you know that this is caused by this, or this is a result of this? And I thought, well, it's my body. Why would I not be aware of it? How can you go through life just walking around not aware of being in a body and conscious of what that body is telling you? Blow me away. Yeah, I'm aware of the good things and the bad things. You know? We all should be. Anyway, there you go. So I don't have to figure out some other way of making videos when I have this lovely, and I could extend it much further away, but I don't want to. It's far enough away as it is. I like it close. I'd have to yell if you were any further away. And if I really wanted to, I could put you down and you wouldn't wiggle so badly. Next time I will put you down so that my hand doesn't get tired.